How can you make your life 1% better today? That's what I'm wanting to reflect on a little bit today because I get so caught up in the daily things during my workday. People asking me for help, like the calls that come in, all the tickets that I have to deal with, everything. It feels like it's just chatter. It's just all noise all day. And when I'm caught in the middle of it, I don't usually reflect on how would I make this better or how would I improve my life. It's only when I slow down after work, like right now, for an example, or possibly in the morning if I've slept on it, so to speak. But I think it's good to reflect on this, and especially when you frame it the right way. Because think of New Year's resolutions, for an example. You sort of think of new year, new me. Like, I need to revamp all of my habits and I need to go on God, I can't even speak. An extreme diet. And I need to start working out every single day at 3 a.m. and I need to be the most consistent person that I've ever been in my entire life and everything's going to be perfect. But then you go with that plan for about a week and then you sort of feel like shit and you stop because it's not sustainable. It's not something that you can do every single day. And that's why I feel like this might be a better way to look at it. Instead of I need to revamp everything, how do I make one aspect of my life 1% better? And 1% isn't a lot. Like, it could be the most minuscule improvement, but it would still be an improvement compared to what you normally do. So, say for an example, if you want to become 1% more happy today, what could you do? What would you do? For me, I might do an extra I am affirmation, saying that I am happy. No matter how fake it may feel, the first couple times you do it, if you actually repeat it enough times and you start to feel it, you start to feel that I am happy, which I genuinely have felt today. You slowly improve upon it. And it doesn't have to be a lot, but keep repeating it over and over, like for a few days, and you'll start to feel happier. But it doesn't happen if you never start. And so if you never take that first percent, you'll never reach 100. And if you go the other route and you do all of it all at once, you're gonna be trying to cram the first 99%, but you'll fall off because you'll get so tired of it in like a few days that you'll never get to 100. But if you start small and you take it step by step and just start, it's inevitable, right? If you just make an effort every single day, no matter how small it is, over the course of days, weeks, months, years, even, you'll continually strive towards something where everyone else around you has already fallen off. And to me, that's a pretty cool thought. The thought of just being consistent at something feels pretty cool, to be honest. And so that's what I'm aiming for with my habits in general. Now that I've started building a sort of habit stack in the evenings, it's satisfying knowing that I am more consistent this way. Knowing that this sort of nightly routine of taking my vitamins, of doing a brain dump, of doing a recording and then doing a meditation, it's making me 1% better every single day. because I get to clear my head. I don't have that residual noise in my brain all the time. And I get to practice expressing myself. I get to practice being uncomfortable. And surprisingly enough, even if it's only been almost 2 weeks now, the act of sitting down and talking like this doesn't feel nearly as alien as it did just a week ago. Which to me is crazy, but it's still uncomfortable, don't get me wrong. It's just less so now that I'm getting used to it. So, how can you make your life 1% better today? And there are an infinite number of ways that you can go about this. You can think of, how can I get 1% more athletic, for example? Maybe you do an extra rep, like just one more rep in your last set. Maybe you do one more minute of cardio. Maybe you, I don't know, go for an extra walk. Take an extra step. Do something a little extra. Or just improve in some way. Choose a different snack, for an example. You make small, like minuscule improvements that will stack up over time. But it's, in my mind, it's the mindset. It's the mindset of improving, of becoming better. That's what this is really about. It's not about what you do, but it's about how you think about what you do. Because if you continually either bash yourself for not being good enough, you'll just feel shit along the way, which, trust me, I've been there. It can work for a period, but not long term. Whereas if you look at it from the perspective of becoming better, you don't have to be good on day 1. You don't even have to be good on day 50. You just have to keep getting better in some way. And it doesn't have to be the same way every day either. If you just keep focusing on becoming 1% better in some aspect of your life, think about the course of a year. Your life won't be the same if you just keep getting 1% better every day in some area of your life. Now, obviously, it's gonna stack up hard, like more if you focus in one discipline. Like, for an example, if you have a fitness goal, if you focus on becoming 1% better in that fitness goal every single day, that will start to compound faster. But life isn't always smooth sailing and a straight line. And sometimes it's hard to stay focused on one goal for an extended period of time. Sometimes it's more fun to sort of test things out and see where can I improve in different areas. Maybe you get 1% better at cleaning your desk. Maybe you get 1% better at vacuuming. Like, I know that I can do that if I want to. But yeah, I have a tendency of slacking when it comes to cleaning. But you see, like, it doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be rigid. It just has to be a daily practice, so to speak, a daily mindset of just what's one area where I can become 1% better today. If you just take that mindset and practice that, I can guarantee you your life will not be the same. No matter what discipline or what sort of experiments you run with it. And in my mind, life becomes a lot more fun when you look at it that way. Especially if you don't do the same thing every day. Because you will get what I would call sort of life side quests. You have your main quest of like climbing the corporate ladder or chasing some side hustle that you have, like most of us do anyway. But these little 1% improvements that don't have to be related at all, they can be your sort of side quests, like in a video game. You have your big main, like, this is where I put my main focus and energy. But then you have these little stray missions that sort of, they still level you up to a degree. Not as massively, but they make your story more fun. They make your story more interesting. They sort of spice things up a bit when you've gotten boring, like when you've gotten bored of grinding in the main task or the main mission, so to speak. And so that's at least how I look at this. Those 1% improvements, they're my side quests. They're the where can I get 1% better today outside of my work or outside of my side hustle? Because if I can do that as if I can do that as well, it just makes life way better. It's just extra on top of everything that I'm doing otherwise. So, yeah. How can you make your life 1% better in some area today? Let me know down in the comments and thank you for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.